Okay, so before I start the video, I just wanted to say if you're easily offended or you don't like what I say, then click off the video. Okay, so Midna, X Link or Midlink, whatever they call it, it's a Twilight Princess ship, right? So I'm here to tell you why it wouldn't work. I know a lot of people want to see that happen, and then like they always go back to like, nah, they always bring up like the Twilight Princess manga, which isn't canon in the first place. And then like, I don't know, these people want their ship to happen so badly. Here's why it wouldn't happen, or it's not going to happen. First off, if you play Twilight Princess, right, at the beginning of the game when she first met Link, she was trying to use him, like take advantage of him. She took advantage of him. Then, over time, as you progress through the game, they are becoming like on a friend level. The more like, it's like a companionship, you know, when they get more accustomed to one another. They become like more friendly. And then when it's close to the end, he did like get sad when she got injured and hurt and stuff, and was worried about her. But something else through the game that you guys forgot to take notice of is the fact that Link had a childhood crush or a friend, and that was Ilya. I was saying her name wrong in my old videos. And she has a strong relationship with Link. And she made that horse call for him. She did as a gift, and she was like, not only that, I think Link and her was just like, they was really, well, it's hard to explain, but they had a strong connection. And he was worried when she lost her memory too. He was worried about that. And like I said before, a lot of people think that Ilya, she wasn't a very developed character and stuff, which is understandable because like that quest where you're getting her memory back, and then yeah, that quest where you're getting her memory back, and then like you gotta help the Zoran kid. But at the beginning of the game, he did like try to go after the monsters that took her and Colin, I think, and was trying to go to fight those enemies off, which of course Link would do something like that. But yeah, he did have strong feelings for Ilya, and she did have strong feelings for him. And then like they always use at the end of the game when Link seen the true form of Midna also, he was just shocked at how she really looked. He wasn't used to seeing her in that form. That doesn't mean he liked her or was interested in her in a relationship. That don't mean that. Not only that, I don't even know how old Midna is. I don't know. It ain't got nothing to do with age, but still though. I don't just think she was that romantically interested in Link as much as Ilya was, because when okay, so Ilya and Link has like a stronger relationship than Midna and Link. Midna and Link had just met each other's, and throughout the game, like, yes, their relationship progressed, but they had just met, and then it's getting established. But I know you can develop a crush fast, but still though, wouldn't it be weird a little bit, you know? And by their logic, for them saying that, oh well, he likes Midna, because he looked at her a certain way at the end of the game after seeing her true form. He also looked at Telma, you know. Does he like Telma too? That's crazy. Well, yeah, I don't think that ship would work. I think Ilya X Link makes some more sense, and then like the game already established his romance anyways. They told you straight off the bat that him and Ilya is supposed to be together. When you find that thing and it restores her memory, it shows that cutscene and it shows them looking at each other's lovingly, like in love. That should have showed you guys and told you guys, oh yeah, Ilya is the one Link is supposed to end up with. And I think at the end of the game, she was waiting on him to come back or something. But it was already set up like that. And then I want to say something about the Link X Zelda ship too before I end the video. It doesn't make any sense, because how can you ship Zelda with Link when they barely interacted inside of the game? They interact when he's a wolf, and then they interact again when he's a wolf, and then I think they interact at the end of the game. They do interact at the end of the game. They barely had any interactions to develop they barely had any interactions with one another throughout the game. How are they gonna develop any like feelings for one another? I think they was just like an alliance a little bit. He did not have anything against Zelda, of course he didn't, but like it's like an alliance. They was accustomed to one another. They're like friends. How is he gonna like Zelda when they barely see each other all the time? And they don't seem to have an interest in one another romantically. That's the same way with him and Midna. I think they were just good friends and they just enjoyed each other's company. It's just crazy, but I think they probably think this because they want that to happen, and then like the manga did something where Midna kissed Link. It's just like the manga was just full. I think it was just full of fan service for the fans, for people who wanted to see Midna X Link stuff. You know, who were Midna X Link fans. Wow, I ain't got nothing against it. I just think that y'all need to stop forcing the ship on people. Not even that, trying to force your ship to be official when it's not. It's not official. It's already established. His love interest was Ilya. That was already established at the beginning of the game. Yet these people, well, I think he should go with Midna, or I think he and Midna is a good, they could be in a good relationship. And then when you say like things like, well, she went back to her original home, she went through the mirror, she went back to her dimension. They always want to say that she can come back and stuff, and then like her and Link can end up together, and it doesn't even make sense because she broke the mirror and shattered it into pieces, and then it disappeared. So how is she gonna come back and her and Link are gonna have a relationship? It doesn't even make any sense. But that's all I gotta say. I ain't got nothing against Midna X Link or anything. I just think that people need to stop trying to make it official when it's not. Link and Ilya is supposed to be a couple, and this is love interest Ilya, and it's implied throughout the entire game. So you people who keep saying Midna X Link was a thing when it just wasn't. They was just like a friend thing. It was a friend name. And then like y'all like to push Ilya aside because y'all don't like her. I think she's like the least like Zelda character for some reason. Y'all just don't like Ilya, and it's just like weird because the Twilight Princess, I don't know, it's just like the ship doesn't go along with you guys, and then y'all get mad and then hate on the character because your favorite ship isn't official, I guess, or a thing inside the video game. It's just ridiculous. Even if you don't agree with other ships, you still gotta be able to hear other people's sides and stuff. And if you play the game, you should know the logic behind this stuff. Like, you can't just like ignore the fact that Midna literally shattered the mirror and the pieces disappeared. You can't just say, oh well, he can rebuild it and then he can go back to the dimension and visit her. That doesn't even make any sense. If you played the game, you should know that wouldn't make sense. But I know there's a lot of people that like to theorize stuff, and it's not a bad thing. But you know, I know a lot of people they'll try to debunk it or whatever. But yeah, I think Midlink or Midna X Link is not a good ship, and it doesn't make any sense. And I think Ilya X Link is a great choice. That's the official ship. And Link X Zelda and Twilight Princess doesn't even make any sense, and wouldn't even be possible because they hardly interact in the game. So how is somebody supposed to develop a freaking romance from barely seeing somebody? That's crazy. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video.